sisters and brothers in Christ. Welcome to an encouraging word. I'm Sister Monique, and today we have with us again Sister Monique, and we're just gonna continue, basically picked up from where we left off. So, Sister Monique, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Sister Monique. Thanks for having me
How
again.
are you? How have you been?
I have been doing okay. Just, indulging in self care, trying to do the right thing by obeying God, but also just making time to do things that make me happy. So, yeah, I've been working on my YouTube channel as well. And so just creating more content for that. It's been fun.
And you're talking now, as you talk about the YouTube channel, I want to talk a little bit about that because would you go ahead and market your business on social media? And in when I said social media, I like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, are there different ways you would market your business?
Yes, so I actually started on YouTube about 5 years ago. And so I was creating videos. And of course, I didn't know all the ropes, but I just simply got started. And I think that is good advice for people, regardless of whatever platform that you pick. You have to get started. And I would say, like, when you're first creating your account, make sure that you pay attention to the different hints or tips that each platform gives you, because they'll tell you certain things that you can do, and just try it and, see what it looks like. And also, you want to share your story as well, because that is going to help you be able to differentiate your audience, to differentiate you between other people that are doing the exact same thing. So if there are multiple plumbers and you're trying to be a plumber, why are you different? So that is the question that you have to answer.
Yeah.
So,
All right. The truth about blocking someone, because sometimes, like, you get some comments that, it's not that lovely. And so, what do you think about blocking someone? Or you should just let them stay? What do you think about that?
uh, definitely they are not allowed to stay. I
Okay.
love the block button. I love the delete button. If someone, it's like I say before, there is a difference between simply saying you don't agree with something and why you don't agree with it, and then you're just trying to make the content creator look stupid by how you're saying whatever comment you're saying. And I think sometimes people forget to just be kind. They just want to win at the conversation. And I feel like if your comment comes across to me as offensive, I'm deleting it. And that's how I decide to run my platforms. Some people, they love leaving the comments there and not responding to them. I guess so the person doesn't feel like, basically so they can feel like they're ignored. But I'm like, if you're going to come on my page and you're going to disrespect me, I'm just deleting the comment. I'm not even arguing back with you.
Yeah.
And same with blocking. I remember encountering a couple situations where someone came into my inbox telling me how I should be doing something, or saying like something was inappropriate and it wasn't. So I was like, I'm not even having the conversation. I'm blocking you. So it's like, I wish people would just keep on scrolling. If you don't like the content, you're not obligated to follow the person. Like if you don't enjoy it, unfollow.
That is good. Do you think that will hurt your channel or your social media method that you choose to be on? Do you think that would hurt it in some ways?
I don't think that it hurts your engagement by deleting the comment, because somebody already engaged with you. So I don't think that the platforms deduct, something, or your points, your engagement points or whatever, if you decide to delete the comment, because I don't think that nothing is worth your mental health.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
I've definitely heard like different entrepreneurs and others talk about, like, out of all the good comments that they get on their page, it'll be that one hateful comment that sticks with them and sticks in their brain. And for me, I choose not to be walking around with that negativity in my head. And so I think, yes, even with all the different rules that I teach my clients about social media and growing, if it's something that is hurting or affecting your mental health to the capacity that you don't even enjoy being on Instagram or you don't enjoy being on Facebook,
Yeah.
then you don't have to
Hmm.
do it. You don't have to deal with that. So that's what I teach them.
Yeah. That's true. Back to First Church. Can you tell me some of the roles you play there?
Yes, so I have done things all throughout the years. That even from when I was a little girl, I started out as an usher, and
Okay.
I was on the kids choir, and now I'm on the Youthful Voices choir and on the mass choir, and I also do help out on the social media team as well.
Yeah.
So I do help with the news bulletin that does come out on Mondays to keep the saints informed, and that seems to be my area of keeping people informed. So yeah.
Okay. So are you still on the
No,
usher team?
no,
Oh, no, oh, you that was when you were a bit younger.
yes, that was
Okay.
probably, maybe I was 11, 13,
Wow.
around there.
So what was that?
It was fun. It was fun helping people to their seats and like having like an official role, feeling official, and like I was helping
Yes.
church.
Yes.
I
Yes.
some days it was just me, so that was kind of nerve wracking, but
Mm-hmm.
I just took a deep breath and I did it. And it's just sometimes, people, they might be so like, I want to sit here, or they would walk past me and I would have to like scurry in front of them and be like, here, sit
Yes.
here.
Yes. Yes. And I see that happening in our church down here as well. Sometimes the usher would be showing someone where to sit, and they just bypass that and sit wherever they want to sit. So I understand that as well. So what's your advice? What would your advice be for younger people in church, in the church, trying to get active, to be more active in church? Because I realize that the younger people in the church, they are not willing to participate much in taking up any roles in church. What's your advice towards that?
I would say just try something, um,
Yeah.
because you never know like what you'll be interested in. Maybe you can try to draw from something that you're interested in your everyday life and see if there is something in the church that you can do that might be the equivalent of that or similar to that.
Mhm.
Sometimes you might just have to go to events, and maybe you enjoy how a particular event came together, and so maybe you want to help plan more events like that, so you might get on an auxiliary that does that, and just pay attention to the announcements as well, because some auxiliaries will let you know like, hey, we need more people here, we need more help here. And even if you don't know how it's going to go, just be willing to learn, willing to be coachable, and see if it's something you like. And if you don't enjoy it, then maybe you can have that discussion with whoever the president is and say, hey, I tried this out, it didn't work out, I want to try something else. And I think
Yeah.
reasonable about helping you with your next steps.
Yeah. That's true. Wonderful advice. So are you still a part of the choir?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
After years, I went from the kids choir, and then I went to the Youthful Voices choir. So trying to still sing better.
Yeah. What about the upcoming youth convocation?
It's exciting. It's an
Yeah.
exciting time in First Church, and
Hmm.
I'm just happy, to have the time off and just be able to fellowship with my brothers and sisters, and looking to learn more from Pastor when he
Yeah.
preaches, and learning more about what the vision is that he sees and what the next phase looks like. So I think that's
Exactly. And as he said in the convocation that just gone in December, he speak a lot on the vision that he have for the church. And I think that is wonderful, the things that he said, and I can imagine all the people, the brothers and sisters that were there before even many of these things came to life, and they're seeing it, everything coming to life in front of their eyes, and know that yes, this man was talking the truth, he's a true apostle. Let's go back to the apostle. Do you have a particular teaching that stands out for you?
I will say definitely one that has been ringing in my mind. It was a teaching about fasting and praying. It's actually one of the popular ones that people watch when they're seeking for the Holy Ghost. And
Yeah.
he was just talking about like how, you know, even if you feel like you're hanging by a thread, like, just remember that God is there and swing. And definitely out of all the things that I've been going through the past 5 years, I will say, like the past 5 years have been exceptionally hard for me. And just remembering and learning to lean on God more. I've been able to do that. I've been reaching out to God, and definitely the teaching that he taught about in Greensboro, and you're saying give everything to God. Like we try to give him bits and pieces, and we're like, all right, I'm going to take on the rest. And I was like that, and it's like now I'm just learning more and more just to literally dump everything on God because He can handle it. And I think a mistake that I made in the past was I would run to one of my friends, quicker than
Yes.
I would talk to God about it.
Mhm.
Um, and I really saved like the really heavy stuff for God when it's like I literally could have just talk to him
Even
every.
everything. Yeah.
I could have planned, I could have been like, this is what I'm thinking, God, these are what my plans are, but can you show me your plans? Or I hope my plans align with yours or something. Just having a better connection with God. And so
Yeah.
I've definitely been taking those messages to heart because I do want to get closer to God, and I definitely let him know like I want to repair my relationship with him. So that's what I've been working on, and it's definitely feels like a full time job, but it's a journey.
It is. It is a journey. And the journey is not going to end until he comes or till the breath leave our body, one way or the other. So
Yeah,
yes. And it is funny that you said that because that also stand out for me, you know, to take all of your troubles, all of your cares and throw it on him. That definitely stand out for me. And I have been doing that from the apostle preach that until now.
yeah,
I
awesome.
have been doing that, just throwing all my cares on him. It is not easy, especially when you're used to doing things on your own. And, it's not easy, but we have to do it. Throw everything on him.
Yeah, because
It
we
works.
so hard to just like be strong, and it's like I feel as though like you get your strength from God, and it's like instead of trying to be okay, it's like ask the teacher to help you be okay.
Yeah.
That's something that I've learned.
Yeah. Okay. You said you've been going to First Church from your basically baby. So, listening to Pastor Jennings from then until now, what is the difference, if there is any, with his preaching?
I will say, um, I guess the forcefulness is stronger because the teaching has been consistent
Yeah.
uh, for years, ever since I was younger. But I don't know. I think it's because now that I'm an adult, like it's it feels like it's like you really have to do this. Like
Yeah.
the pressure is on, the clock is ticking. So I think in that aspect, it feels different for me when I hear it across the pulpit. But Pastor's been pretty consistent throughout the years with his teaching. And, certain topics I hear over and over and over again. Sometimes I learn new things. Other times I'm like finishing the scripture in my head that he's quoting.
Yes.
So I always get like happy. I'm like, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But
Mhm.
I would definitely say just I feel like the pressure is on to obey and
Yes.
certain core things like believing in God like that. I've been trying to go back to that and get stronger. So it's like brushing up on different.
Yeah. Mm.
I would just talk about entrepreneurship
Yeah.
because that was a big core piece or that pastor was talking about as far as his vision about seeing a bunch of businesses. So I would say like, if you have a skill, And you hear pastor, if you go to this meeting and he talks about the different things that he needs and you fulfill that, then speak up. Don't be afraid to work for the church, because we definitely need the help.
Yeah.
I've definitely have experienced trying to do a lot of things because people weren't really stepping up to do it. And so I had to back up and be like, all right, someone else is going to take care of this, because there's only so much I can do. I'm going to burn myself out. And I
Yeah.
still, my life that different things that I need to fix with my life. And, as much as I love church, I can't do everything. So
Yeah. That's true.
yeah,
You gotta be realistic.
yes, because, sometimes I think people also get volunteered because people have that reputation to work hard and pretty much help out whenever they can, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it would be nice to see more people that don't do anything in the church. They just come to the church, praise God, and just come and help whatever. If somebody's asking for help with something, see if you can help with that.
Yeah.
And also, what I would say as well, I do have a free guide for those of you that are looking to become an online expert. So, Sister Monique will have the link in the description, but definitely follow that guide because it's a great opportunity to make money. You can make money from anywhere now. You don't have to physically go in an office and
Yeah.
hours and hours of your time. We
Yeah.
should be getting smarter now.
Mm-hmm.
Terms of how we can monetize our skill without having to go out, because something
Right.
that happened
Mm-hmm.
during the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
everybody was stuck home and there were people that were still making sales. And so
Yes.
you don't want to rely on your job. Your job may feel secure today, but it can definitely be gone tomorrow. And
True.
don't
Yeah.
want to be in that position where, like, the company is downsizing and they look at you first, like, I'm sorry, but we got to let you go, and you don't have a plan. So that's what I would say.
Very good. So what's wellpreneur to you?
You said, what's a wellpreneur?
What's wellpreneur? Yeah.
Yeah, so wellpreneurs, that's the new term coined for wellness entrepreneurs. So those are people that specialize in healthy lifestyles, fitness, plants, anything that is like geared towards your health improving or self-improvement, self-care. So if you're doing natural skincare, natural hair care, things
Yeah.
like that to help the person become a better person. So even with high performing people, that industry could also be considered a wellpreneur in my book. So, I have plants around. I love wearing flowers and stuff. So I think I love working with that specific group because I want to grow myself. I want to do better for myself and treat myself better, because it's
Right.
it's hard, especially if you grown up like being a hard worker. Your parents were hard workers.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you forget to care for yourself, and I think when nowadays when we're trying to say, hey, I need to take a break, it kind of looks like you're weak. Like, people can kind of perceive you to be weak if you're taking a break. So I try to tell the people in my life, and I see them working so hard, I try to tell them, hey, you need to take a break, or you need
Yeah.
to rest.
Mm-hmm.
Going. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I love working with people like that are literally working to help someone else feel better.
Good. What do you think about our dress code?
So I'm not going to say everything is easy. I do enjoy seeing the different fashions that the sisters are having, because a lot of people have their own personal style, which I think is really important to reflect your personality and different things that you like. Because even though we do have a strict dress code, there are certain ways that you can still comply with the bylaws and the scriptures and still have your own personal style. So
Style and still look good.
yeah, yes,
Yeah.
because I love this new hat that I have. I'm like, I've never like imagined that they would make hats like these. Like, I'm so used to seeing like the cotton hats or like wool hats and stuff, or straw hats, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. Let's try it. I'm like,
I know it because I actually have one. I love it. When I saw you, yes, I do. I
okay.
love it. When I went to Convo here, that that was held here in Jamaica. I saw some First Church sisters. They were beautiful, fully covered, nice head wrap, nice dress. They were beautiful. I got a comment some time back um, from someone. They were like, First Church girl, First Church sisters, First Church woman, dress like we're going to the field to pick cotton.
There's always a comment like that somewhere.
Yeah,
And you have to have a certain level of confidence. I wouldn't say pride, but a certain level of confidence in, like, I'm fully covered. It's a nice print. I match my colors up. I'm coordinating well. And, some outfits, they don't come out the best, but you have a chance to improve your style. And
right.
one of the things that you can do is what I like to do as well. I used to read magazines and stuff when I was younger. I don't really make time for it now, but I would see different styles in there. And even though the women were worldly, I would think, okay, how can I make this modest? So I might get similar colors or a similar fabric. And I don't sew or anything, but I would get, similar things and put it together and maybe pair it with a long skirt.
Yeah.
And that way you can kind of show people you can still dress modest. And I remember I did tag one. She is like a modest person, but she still wears pants. But I still tagged her in a post one time, and she responded and said that I looked cute. So I was like, that's encouraging. But I wore like a similar outfit to her, so you can really have fun with it. I think instead of focusing on the negative or something that could potentially be bad for us, I think it's good to be resourceful and see what can you do to make the situation better where you're still comfortable.
Yeah. Wonderful. So what is your style? What is your style? Because I see that you wear some nice dresses. I must say they're beautiful. What's your style
Thank you.
like?
So I would say my style is pretty bold. I like to try different like patterns and a lot of florals. So
Okay.
I like to try different things, different heels, different casual wear. Sometimes I'll go from wearing, like a biker jacket and something like really sporty, but I might add a pop of color. I love color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other times I will just wear something floral and simple like this. So I've learned to dress more comfortably,
Right.
but still look cute.
Exactly. Let's go back to your baptism. You say it was 11
Yes.
when you got baptized.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Leading up to that.
So I remember being in service, and it was near the end of the year. I want to say this was in 2007. And I just kind of had like the feeling like, I may not live the next year. And I had this like at a very young age. And I was like, okay, I just want to get baptized, because I was actually kind of nervous to get baptized. Like, I was thinking irrational things like, what if I get dropped in the water? What if somebody shakes me while I'm in there? And yeah, so like certain things just kind of made me nervous to get baptized. But I actually remember a couple of people, they're my friends now, a couple of people, they had got baptized, and they were very young. They got baptized before I did. And I made up in my mind, I want to apologize to God and I want to get baptized. So I tried to, like, after service, I tried to walk up to pastor and just kind of tell him kind of like low key, because I didn't want everybody knowing. And he still turned around and was like, get the pool ready. I want somebody wants to get baptized. I was like, great. Like, I'm standing right here. And so my mom walked up with me and she helped me get ready. And I went and got baptized. And I remember I was like bracing myself, because like I was actually apologizing, I think, for like really long, because like I think the brother asked like, are you ready or whatever. I'm like, yes, I'm ready, because like I was really into it.
Yeah.
And then he baptized me, and I was kind of like holding my breath, because like I don't know, but if you know how some people like they quicken and like it kind of makes you jump a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was like, I hope he does not shake me while he's baptizing me.
Oh,
Yeah. And so then I made it out. He baptized me, and then the spirit hit him. So I was like, okay, great. I'm out of the pool.
wow. You were scared.
Yes.
Have any testimony you would like to share?
I guess a good testimony I have is just being able to become more assertive, because when I was younger and I would go to school and things like that, and people would, ask me about my religion and stuff like that, and ask me, am I going to stay in this, once I become a grown up. I had to like find my voice. And I would say, yeah, I mean, I'm like, I don't know if I'll stay after I'm grown, but I'm planning on it. That's something that I would mention, and
Yeah.
just having to bear kind of being alone sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
because there wasn't anyone else in my school that I knew of that was following the Lord.
Wow.
And so, like, having to constantly explain like what my religion was without trying to go too deep into it, because it's like we learn so much, and
Yeah.
just navigating that, and having to sit out of different like holiday gatherings or stuff that they were having at school. It was just, I didn't feel like I had a place, and I had to go through life and grow up and develop in certain situations, dealing with different personalities, and things like that. You kind of learn that you do have to speak up for yourself. Like there are certain situations where if you don't, people will run over you. And so I had to learn the balance of speaking up for myself, but still being respectful. Because sometimes, people can make you angry by the things
Yes.
that
Yeah.
they say, and you want to retaliate. You want to tell them about their life, and it's like, stick to the facts, stick
Yeah.
to what actually happened, and see if you could come to a peaceful solution, but at the same time letting people know, like, hey, please don't talk to me like that. I'm not a child. So
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think that was something that I do thank God for, even though it made me kind of uncomfortable, because I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I didn't want to be confrontational, but I also learned that I have to protect me as well, because if
Mm.
you spend so much time like trying to, you know, pacify the other person or protect the other person, you could be damaging yourself in the process.
Yeah. Share the name of your YouTube channel with us.
Okay, so it's called Pretty Nikki. So it's my name and then with a Y at the
Yeah.
end, just the Niquey. So it should be youtube.com/Pretty Nikki. I'm also on Instagram at _ Pretty Nikki. And, if you're into food and stuff like that, you could follow my Power Your Money page if you like.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. All right. Before you go, share your origin word with us.
So I would say stay with God. I know many people have probably said that already, but it really pays to lean on God and
Yeah.
talk to Him as much as you can, because He's definitely here to help. And I think sometimes he's just kind of waiting to see like what you're going to do, like how much you're going to lean on Him, how much faith you're going to have in Him, especially when you go through things, because He already knows like everything that we're going to go through, everything we're going to experience in this life. And you have someone to guide you through it. So it's like, are you going to use the resources, or are you going to try to figure everything out on your own? And as it goes with business, with school, and even with obeying God, you can't do it alone. Like you have to use the resources that are available to you, and go a little further. Try to expand yourself, and if you're used to your comfort zone, try to go out of your comfort zone, because that is where the real gold is. And like I said before earlier in this interview, just try to get involved and try to help out, because you can make some of the best relationships with your brothers and sisters here in the church when you're both working together to grow the work of God. And just make sure that you don't tell everyone your business, and that you are just being aware of who's for you and who's not, because there are wolves around the sheep.
Yeah. Seriously, wonderful. Wonderfully said. Now, go ahead, guys, and subscribe to the sisters' channel or Instagram or YouTube channel. So go ahead and support the sister. You know, that's what we're here for, to support each other. That's basically in First Church, because you know that we're a family. Thank you for watching. This has been an encouraging word with me. I'm Sister Monique. And until next time, peace be. Bye.
Peace be.